Would you ever throw musky baits for walleyes on purpose? Hard proof that snap swivels can save the day, and a fishing world record was just crushed. We got that and more coming up right now in Target Walleye's Top 5 presented by Seafoam. Let's dive on in. Number 1. Alright, let's start this off with one of the fish sexiest walleye photos I've seen in some time. That's guide Toby Cavalivog with a 31.25-inch beast he caught out of Leech Lake in north central Minnesota. So he actually caught that freak while muskie fishing. They're snooping around with their forward-facing sonar looking for big blobs, big marks, and then casting at him with a 10-inch Pisidian, which is a 6.5-ounce muskie bait. She's hefty. But you know what? It kind of sort of wasn't a fluke because they caught another accidental walleye while chucking that 10-inch bait. Those two walleyes combined for over 60 inches. This isn't Saskatchewan. This isn't the Columbia River or one of the Great Lakes. We're talking Leech Lake in north central Minnesota, where there's tons of walleye derbies every year and lots of pressure. Imagine if somebody had the stones to commit to chucking musky baits during a catch photo release derby out there. I mean, commit all day just trying to get 5 bites. And if you got those 5 bites, they would be massive and you would blow everyone out of the water. I can't honestly imagine anybody actually doing it, but those people walk amongst us. You never know.
Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry. That's just my game.
Speaking of walleyes eating large portions, that brings us to number 2. Lindsay Gold sees your personal best walleye and raises you a 14.5-pounder. His buddy Greg caught the Northern Ontario Freakazoid that was 34 inches long with a 19.5-inch girth. He said they were chucking half-ounce jigs with big creek chubs in 25 feet of water around an area where walleyes were chasing big ciscos, and apparently 14-inch burbot were on the menu too. We told you last week they eat burbot. And just in case the fish police are muttering under their breath how that can't be a 14-plus pounder, blah, 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 here's a little bit more generous hold on that thing to do it justice for you. Dude, I would cry if a fish of that caliber ever came within a quarter mile of me. Big congrats, fellas, on the fish of an absolute lifetime. Number 3. You want to talk about a guy that should go out and buy a lottery ticket right now? This 24-inch walleye bit that Berkeley ripple shad, missed the hook, and somehow stayed pinned on the snap swivel the entire way in, even though it was just skin hooked. On a snap swivel. So, I guess there is actually a reason to use those things. Number 4. Would you try this with your boat? I mean, you probably shouldn't, but this guy did. That's from Wallace Michelin, who said, "My crazy brother never stops. At least he's got the right tools to keep pushing forward." Those tools are a Lund 1875 Impact. And you know what? I guess if it can hold the weight of Al Linder's fish, then it can probably hold a wheeler. By the way, I snapped that photo of Al Linder when I was lucky enough to get invited to go film a show with him a few years ago, and absolutely get my butt whooped. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. He was snap jigging a VMC bucktail jig and just made me look like a fool. That dude is just a fish vacuum. He literally sucks up every fish along the break, so if you're fishing behind him, good luck. I basically just stood there like a doofus trying to figure out what I needed to do to be ready to grab that net and land his fish for him.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold him down by your side. Yeah, great.
So worth it though. By the way, thanks again for the opportunity, Al, and I hope I didn't blow my second invite on the boat. A new fishing world record was just set for the most fish caught in a 24-hour period, and it was Jeff Kolozinski who got it done, catching 3,774 fish in 24 hours, fishing at Giant Goose Ranch out of Illinois. That's over 2.5 fish per minute for 1,440 minutes straight. And you didn't need any fancy electronic gizmos to get it done. In fact, he did it from the bank with a $25-ish cane pole and about 1 million euro larvae. So who's crazy enough to do something like that? Well, Jeff Kolozinski.
Who you calling a psycho?
He's this same guy who held the previous world record for most fish in 24 hours that he just broke. So obviously he's not doing it to get his name in the record books because, well, it already was in the record books. He did it to raise funds for the nonprofit Fishing for Life and their Next Gen program, which focuses on getting children of military families out fishing, especially those families that have lost loved ones during active military service. So congrats on the new world record, Colo. That's amazing. But a big, big thank you for raising funds for such a great cause. Alright, that wraps up this week's top 5. Big shout out to Seafoam for keeping us running smooth, making this video series possible. If you're liking what you're seeing, drop a comment below. And if you want more walleye fishing content like this, sign up for our free Target Walleye emails at targetwalleye.com. I'll see you back in 7.